Hi everyone. I hope everyone doing good. Welcome to Chennai Trust Bangalore. To get a good information related to competitive exams, what do you have to do? Please subscribe the channel. To get a continuous information related to exams and the competitive examination syllabus, please press the bell icon. Encourage us through your likes and comments. Once again, welcome back to physics series. Already we have completed one chapter, and this is the session about the sound chapter. Regarding sound chapter, already we have completed a part 1. Still you have not yet watched the part 1 of the sound. Please go to the channel. There you can find the playlist of a general science. There you can watch. So today we are discussing about the sound. The sound, what topic we are speaking about? This topic is very much important and it's very much necessary to understand the topic. Let's start the topic. Okay. Before going to the topic, I would like to invite you all to the program. Okay. See, don't worry. So I am not taking you seriously. Just assume we all are in a program. Okay. So there the program owner have arranged an orchestra for entertainment. In an orchestra, there are some music instruments like piano and flute. Both were being played at a time, and they were traveling in a same medium, and they were traveling in the same speed, and of course we are at the equal distance from the source. But we are hearing the two sounds, right? Piano sound and flute sound. Both are having a same amplitude, and of course both are having a same frequency. But we are hearing the different sound. Can you able to differentiate the one sound to another sound? What is the reason? How we can differentiate the two sounds? The two sounds what we are hearing are different because of the two instruments, and of course the sound is associated with some characteristics. Those characteristics are different from one sound to another sound. That is why we can easily identify whether it is a flute sound or whether it is a piano sound. Okay. So, on this session, we are going to discuss about the characteristics of the sound. Very much important. Characteristics of sound. How many characteristics were there? So, do you have any clue? Yes, we have 3 characteristics of sound. One is loudness, and second one is pitch, and third one is quality. These are the 3 important characteristics which helps us to find out the difference between one sound to other sound. Yes, we are hearing a many sounds, but we are differentiating the sounds from one to another. Why? It is so easy because we need these characteristics. That's how we can able to differentiate the one sound to another sound. Now let's see the what is loudness. What the characteristic of a loudness? And among these 3, loudness characteristics is very much important. Okay. Take up one glass, maybe the capacity of 500 ml. Take one glass and take up one spoon. Okay. Just strike it with a little energy. What you can hear? Yes, sound. One more time with a little more energy. Strike one more time. So what you can hear? Again the sound. But in a case 1, case 2, Do you find any difference? Yes, you are right. The difference is the first sound we can hear little softer because we have applied little less energy. When come to the case 2, there we applied more energy so that we can able to hear the more loud sound when compared to case 1. So it's a based on energy. When you applied a more energy, you can observe there is a vibrations in the glass also. Vibrations in the glass, right? Due to that vibrations, the particles whatever is placed outside of around the glass also displaced a lot. So the particles part we already discussed. Around us many particles were there. In the same way, around the glass also we can find many particles. Due to the vibrations of a glass, the particles were displaced a lot. What is the displacement of a glass above their main positions? It is amplitude. In the case 2, you can find a larger amplitude compared to the case 1. Okay. So here the loudness is depends on the amplitude. So I will write it as a small a. The loudness is depends on a amplitude. When larger the amplitude, you can get a louder sound. Okay. And also, now one point is clear. Loudness is depends on a amplitude. Okay. Now there is a more energy. The amplitude is more. The particle amplitude is more. So that we can hear the louder sound. Now one more thing. The loudness is also depends on the intensity of the sound. What is this intensity of the sound? It's a little bit tough to understand and it's a very much important factor for the loudness of the sound. Let me tell you what is intensity of the sound. Let's take one floor. So this is the floor and here is the person 1 and here is the person 2. These two personalities stood apart 2 meters. These two personalities stood apart 2 meters. Okay. Here the person near the person 1 there is a cracker. There is a cracker. The cracker was suddenly burst out. This person was not knowing that there was a cracker. Okay. When this cracker was suddenly burst out, the person was very shocked. And of course he was overreacted. But person 2 was quite normal. He was normal. But what is the reason why person 1 is overreacted and person 2 become normal? Because here the sound is maximum to a person 1 compared to a person 2. What is it? Here the intensity of the sound in this area is maximum more. So that's why the person 1 couldn't able to bear that sound, the cracker burst sound. So that's why the person was reacted much. And the person 2 was normal. Maybe he was not able to hear that much sound what person 1 was heard. Okay. So let's go back to the intensity of the sound now. Here we understood for the person 1 there was maximum intensity of the sound. Now what is the definition of the intensity of the sound? I am placing one electric bell on a table. The table which I placed in a atmosphere. Okay. When it rings, you can hear the sound. The sound to travel that sound there was no limited area because where I kept this electric bell on a table, the table is placed in a atmosphere. So there is no limited area and the sound when electric bell rings, the sound is spreading, covering a larger area. There is no limitation. Now what I have done is I have taken a 1 meter square paper and I placed 1 meter square paper and I placed in front of this electric bell. So I think we need it. The sound also passes through this sheet. This clearly. Okay, the sound is reaching or passing through this 1 meter square sheet normally, perpendicularly. Now I am very much curious to know how much sound is passing through or reached to this sheet. I need to find out. Okay, so that is only intensity of the sound. How we can find out that sound intensity? We have a formula. The sound intensity of the sound is denoted by capital I. There is a formula to find out the intensity of the sound. Energy divided by area into T. The definition of the intensity of the sound is sound energy passes through a 1 meter square area in 1 second. This is the definition for the intensity of the sound. Now we have written a formula, energy by A cross T. If more energy, more is the sound. The area, if there is a lots of area and intensity becomes less. And T is 1 second, it is defined. Okay. And what is the SI unit for the intensity? What is SI unit for the energy? And it is joule per area is meter square and the T is seconds. And also I can write this formula in another way also. We have a formula for a power energy by T. What is this energy? What is the power? Power is work done with respect to time. Work done with respect to time. So this is the energy what we need to do the work and with respect to time. This is the power formula. Here for the power we have a SI unit joule per second. I can substitute this E by T as the P in the intensity formula. So that intensity formula becomes P by A. The SI unit also can change into as the watt per meter square. Joule per second is equals to watt. 1 joule per second is equals to 1 watt. So that the SI unit of the intensity becomes watt per meter square, and also you can write this joule per meter square second. Please keep in your mind, you have to remember these two SI units and the formulas. So we can get in our examination so that we can eliminate in our options. Okay. So you can to make you easy remembrance of this formula. So I have explained. So this is about the intensity of the sound. When maximum, there is a maximum intensity of the sound and there is a maximum loudness. That's why the person won't hear the louder sound because in that area the sound is maximum. Okay. So that's how the person 2 has heard a feeble sound, not louder sound as person 1. Okay. Now we are going to speak about the factors affecting on the loudness. What are all the factors can affect the loudness? Firstly, we need the loudness is depends on amplitude. In a what way? It is depending. So when the amplitude is more, the loudness is more. Both were directly proportional. L is directly proportional to A. Right? In a what way it is directly proportional to A? Loudness is directly proportional to the amplitude in such a way that square of the amplitude. For example, loudness is equals to A square. In a sense, when amplitude becomes the 3 times, when amplitude increasing by 3 times, the loudness is increased by 9 times. So this is how the loudness and amplitude were proportional, directly proportional. Okay. If the amplitude increased by 2 times, the loudness increased by 4 times. Okay. The loudness increased by 4 times. This is the first factor, how the loudness is depends on amplitude. And another one, the loudness in the same way inversely proportional to the distance. Loudness is inversely proportional to the distance. So the person 1 is hearing a larger sound when compared to person 2. Why? What is the reason? Because the person 2 is in a certain distance from the source of the sound. As well, we are also, if we are nearer to the source of the sound, we can hear the maximum sound. But when we are away from the source of the sound, we can hear the less sound. So you can experience this in our classrooms, right? First bench students can hear the maximum sound, but last bench students can get a little feeble sound when compared to the first bench, right? So this is what, when you go away from the source of the sound, the loudness of the sound gets decreased, intensity of the sound gets decreased. Okay, how the loudness and distance are inversely proportional in a sense. In the same way, the loudness is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. If the distance is increased by 3 times, the loudness is the distance is increased by 3 times, the loudness is decreased by 9 times. If the distance is increased by 2 times, the loudness is decreased by 4 times. This is the 2 important factors, and one more, you have 2 factors. Okay, so I think you can experience the bell sound in our school days, right? I mean, not nowadays. Olden days, we can hear the bell sound, how the P1 starts to bell. So after the class timings or school timings, so you can hear the bell. Maybe it is in the shape of this, or else maybe you can find out in the shape of square or rectangle. So this is the shape of the bell, and we can use the striker in this way. Okay, in a cylindrical shape. So here you can observe the surface area of the bell. So there is maximum, right? It is more when compared to the striker. It is the striker which is we use to hit on this surface. This surface area is maximum, and you can observe the thickness of this surface area is also more. The thickness is nothing but density of this material is also more rather than striker. So why the density and surface area I am speaking about? If there is a more surface area and more the density, you can hear the louder sound. So you can experience with the drum. Music instruments, drum. There you can see a larger surface area. If you hit on that, you can hear the louder sound, and there was a vibrations also, and the density is also more in that drums. So this is about the factors which affecting the loudness. Okay, and loudness is a subjective quantity. So what are the measure? How we can measure the loudness? Yes, we have a units to measure the loudness. Okay, the loudness can be measured by the decibel. I can represent decibel as dB, and there is a one more unit for, and there is a one more unit bell. So these are the 3 units which we use to measure the loudness of the sound. So what are the factor of the loudness here? Amplitude. Okay. When you have to keep it in your mind, what is the definition of the loudness? It is the characteristic of a sound which helps us to differentiate the feeble sound from louder sound when the sound is having a same frequency. Keep in your mind, when the sound is having a same frequency, at the time the loudness helps us to find out the feeble sound from the louder sound. Okay, so this is about the first characteristic. Now let's move to the second characteristic, that is pitch. I think all of us familiar with the baby sound, when we are not in front of them also, if we hear the sound, obviously we can find out whether it is baby sound or whether it is a woman or men sound. What is the difference? How we can find out? Yes, there is a difference from baby sound, woman sound and men sound. Baby and woman sound is having a higher frequency. They are having a higher frequency, and so that there is a higher pitch. So there is a more shrillness in a baby and woman sound. But when we talk about a men sound, their sound is little deep and bossy sound, more flat sound we can hear. There the frequency is same. There is a, for the men sound, you can say there is a low frequency when compared to a woman sound. Because of that, the men sound is more deeper than the woman sound. Okay, so here let me write the waveform for the woman voice and men voice. Okay, woman voice is like that. See, you can see lots of vibrations per second. Lots of vibrations per second. But when come to a men's voice, so the men's voice will be like this, which is having a low frequency. Here high frequency and here low frequency. But you have to observe one thing, for a men's voice and for the woman's voice, the amplitude will be same. If the two sounds which are having a same amplitude, but they are differentiate with the frequency. When any sound is having a more frequency, which gives more shrillness in the sound, grave sound. And here when a men's voice, there is a low frequency and lower the pitch, we can hear the deep bass, more flatty sound. Okay, this is about the pitch. This is, we have so many musical instruments were there, where we will prefer high pitch musical instruments, low pitch musical instruments. So you have experience with the flute sound. The flute is high pitch wind musical instrument. You know what happens in a flute? Actually, there was an air column in a flute, right? If you decrease that air column, then you can hear the higher pitch, higher and pitch. And there are many wind instruments. You can alternate the pitch. So there are some wind instruments like piano, guitar. In that piano and guitar, you can see the strings, right? The strings are which are having a different thickness. Okay, and as well the length is also different. Okay, if you stretch the string, you can hear one sound. If you stretch the another string, you can hear another sound. In the same way, we can differ the pitch based on that, differentiating the thickness of the strings and as well the tension in the strings, so that we can hear, we can get the different pitch sounds. Okay, this is about the pitch, when the two sounds are having the same amplitude, but also we can differentiate the sound from one to another based on the frequency. So here what we have learned, what is the factor of the pitch? Frequency. Frequency is the factor of the pitch. And the next, the last one is quality. What here the quality speaks about? Now we are having two instruments, that one is tuning fork and another one is piano. I am having one is tuning fork and another one is piano. The two instruments also set to make a sound. So here the tuning fork, which is having a 256 Hz, and the piano is also 250. I am playing a note on a piano which is having 256 Hz. the tuning fork which is able to produce a only single frequency. So the sound which is able to produce only single frequency, that you can call it as the tone. Please keep in your mind, which the sound which is having a single frequency is called tone. So there is a note. The note, in a sense, the mixture of frequencies. The sound which is having a mixture of frequencies is called note. When the 256 Hz sound made by the tuning fork, this is the waveform. And when the same frequency note, when we played by the piano, this is the waveform. But you can make a difference here, and you can see the amplitude from one to another is also same. For the tuning fork and for the piano, the frequency is same and amplitude is same. But still we can make a differentiate the sound from one to another. Why so? Can you find out any difference here? Yes, you are right. So there is a differentiate in the waveform. So the same frequency and same amplitude, but we are playing by the different instruments, so that we can get a different waveforms. So these different waveforms helps us to differentiate the two sounds. That is only quality, that is only a timbreness. Quality also called it as a timbreness. The timbre, what is the factor of the timbreness? Waveform, which is depends on the waveform. Here you can see only this kind of wave, which is a sine wave, but you can see when the note played by the piano, you can see the subsidiary vibrations and principal vibrations. So this is subsidiary vibration and this is principal vibrations. What is principal vibrations, in a sense? Which is having a larger amplitude. So which is having a smaller amplitude is called as subsidiary vibrations. Okay, this is all about the quality. Okay, the quality is most important while for the musical instruments, especially we are using this characteristic to make differentiate of the musical sounds. So because of this different kind of notes which we can produce through the musical instruments are very pleasant. We can able to hear and we can relax. Okay, this is about all the three characteristics of a sound. So these characteristics helps us to find out the difference between one sound to another sound. So I will provide the 4 to 5 questions. End of this session, you can see now, you can attend those questions